What does Easter mean to you? Well, if you're an MP, it means going onto social media and proclaiming your faith in a sad attempt to use Christian values as the bedrock of British values, even though church attendances will prove otherwise. If you're the government, you'll declare these are your values, even if the policies you introduce go totally in the face of Christian beliefs, which last time I looked were to love thy neighbour, be empathetic, and not make profit the God you worship. You also use Easter to criticise other religions and use their values as a stick to beat people with, rather than finding the shared values that will bring people together. You'll infer that people celebrating other religious festivals, such as Ramadan, is somehow preventing you from proclaiming your faith. You'll claim to worship a Christian God whose son you would put on the first plane to Rwanda if he turned up in the UK, and whose green and pleasant land you've happily filled with shit. If you're the royal family, you'll continue with traditions that pretend you have an almost godlike status, including like Maundy Thursday, when you notionally hand out money to the poor before returning to one of your many palaces, with enough wealth at your fingertips to improve the lives of everyone in the country, but absolutely no intention of doing so. If you're an absolutely batshit crazy so-called patriot, you'll flood social media with powerful AI images of the Union Jack, the St George Cross, Churchill, Spitfires, soldiers, lions, and knights in armour, all of which have bugger all to do with Easter. What you won't have thought about is that those knights will have been the aristocracy, and your place might have been to shovel shit, if you were lucky. More likely to spend your life scraping for food and living in a state of poverty that even this shit show of a government haven't managed to achieve, despite their best efforts. And while you're celebrating the victory we had in the Second World War, maybe you should consider we were fighting against just the sort of blatant bullshit propaganda that you're currently pushing. Oh, and if you think lions are British, check with a 4-year-old. Now, if you're a mix of government and batshit crazy so-called patriots, you'll be asking why Cadbury sell chocolate eggs without the word Easter anymore, because some non-existent benign force is plotting against your values, even though Cadbury's eggs do say Happy Easter. And you'll say the BBC isn't covering Easter the way it used to, even though the whole Easter service was shown. If you're the Prime Minister, you'll give a knighthood to one of your major donors, who has a murky past you choose to ignore because he gave you £5 million, and some MPs whose views are dubious at best, and present it as if it's a perfectly normal thing at Easter, even though it's never happened before. If Easter really does have a deep religious meaning to you, celebrate it. If you follow another religion, find comfort from it. If it's just a long holiday, enjoy it. If you've nothing positive to say, shut the fuck up. If you're more into finding out about hypocrisy and corruption, why not treat me to a subscription share or a notification click?